At the Christmas dinner table, surrounded by fake smiles and glittering lights, my dad stood up, raised his glass, and said 5 words I'll never forget. "You don't deserve any of it." The whole room went silent. My stepmom smirked. My step-siblings looked pleased. And I just sat there, swallowing 1,000 memories, deciding that tonight, I was done being the quiet one. They thought they had won. But within a year, I would legally take everything they thought belonged to them and leave them completely broken. Here's how it happened. Growing up, my dad was my world. It was just him, my mom, and me in a small but happy home. But everything shattered when Mom passed away suddenly when I was 10. She had cancer, and my dad, he crumbled. Within a year, he met her Linda. Sweet on the outside, but toxic deep down. And she brought baggage. Twins my age who saw me as competition from day one. And my dad, desperate to move on, welcomed them with open arms. But me? I became invisible. They took over my room. My birthday was forgotten that first year. Christmas gifts were equal, but somehow mine were always socks while they got phones. I was blamed for everything. If something broke, it was me. If grades slipped, it was because I was a bad influence. By high school, I had learned not to speak unless spoken to. My only safe space was school and a small part-time job I picked up in secret. Linda always whispered things when Dad wasn't around. "You'll never be one of us. You're just extra weight." But I stayed. I endured. I kept my head down, and I kept going. Fast forward to college. I got in on scholarship and worked multiple jobs to stay afloat. My father barely contributed. But every Christmas I came home, part of me still hoped he'd see me. That Christmas, I arrived with a modest gift for everyone. Linda had turned the place into a palace of lights. They were all dressed up. After dinner, Dad gave a speech, praised his real family. Then, turning to me, he said, "You don't deserve any of it. This house, my name, nothing." I laughed. It wasn't angry or sad. It was the sound of something snapping. I stood, quietly left, and never came back. I cut all contact, changed my number, moved in with friends, focused on my degree and picked up side gigs to pay rent. Life was still hard, but it was mine. Then, 2 years later, I got a call. My dad was sick, terminal, pancreatic cancer. My stepsister messaged me, "You should visit. There may be inheritance matters." I didn't respond, but I made a few calls of my own. One was to my late mother's attorney. I had remembered his name from some old papers she kept. Turns out, my mom had left a trust. And not just any trust. $3 million, locked until I turned 25, protected from everyone. Not even my dad knew. She had set it up in her maiden name, with a separate firm. "You are the sole beneficiary," the lawyer told me. "And we've been waiting to hear from you." And just like that, I went from broke to a multimillionaire. Quietly. Legally. I didn't flaunt it. I didn't buy cars or post online. I waited. When Dad passed, I attended the funeral. Black suit. Silent. Observing. At the will reading, Linda looked smug. The lawyer read, "I leave my estate to my beloved wife Linda and her children." Then, an envelope was handed to me, from the other lawyer. "This is regarding a separate trust from your mother," he said. I opened it. $3 million in property, cash, and shares. All in my name. Linda was furious. "That's impossible," she yelled. "No," I said calmly. "It's justice." I then bought out the house's mortgage from the bank and served them an eviction notice. "You're not family," I said. "You never were." They left, humiliated. I didn't celebrate. I didn't throw parties. I renovated the house, sold it, and donated part of the money to cancer research in my mom's name. The rest? I used to start my own business. Sometimes I wonder what Dad would think. But then I remember his words. "You don't deserve any of it." And now I know he was wrong. because I earned every bit of what I got, with silence, patience, and strength. And when you're underestimated long enough, they never see the storm coming. If you were in my shoes, would you have done the same? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more epic Reddit stories every week.